All right, scholars. So I was busy working along and I was working on a problem and I realized I did it wrong. So I had to stop and restart the problem help. So let's go ahead and let's work on this together. I'm going to do number 25 with you. Okay. So on number 25, it was the following, and it said this. It says, write the equation of the circle in standard form and then identify its center and its radius. So here's problem number 25. It's 4x squared plus 4y squared. And we're going to go plus 12x minus 24y plus 41 is equal to 0. Well, the issue with this one is right here. We have coefficients in front of the x squared and the y squared. They both have to be the same if this was even going to be a circle. Just know that. But I need them to be 1. So what I'm going to do is divide everything in this equation by 4. So we get this new equation, x squared plus y squared plus 3x minus 6y plus 41 over 4 is equal to 0. Now we're set up, and I have to use the completing square twice because I have an x to the first and I have a y to the first variable. So I'm now going to rewrite my problem so I can use completing the square. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my 41 over 4, my constant over. And I'm even going to put plus blank because I know I'm going to do completing the square twice. Then I'm going to group my x's together and my y's together. So I get here an x squared plus 3x plus blank plus, and then I'm going to put my y's together. So I get y squared minus 6y plus blank. We're going to put that in parentheses. Then we're going to take the time and do completing the square. So I look at this term and I divide it by 2. So that's 3 over 2. And I square it, which is going to end up being 9 over 4. So square the numerator and the denominator. So I put a 9 over 4 here. Then when I do the next one, I take the negative 6 and I go negative 6 over 2, which is going to end up this time being a negative 3, and we square it, we get 9. And we're going to have 9 here. Now, I'm going to tell you to make this easier when we're simplifying. I'm going to realize, because I have 4 in the fractions here, that that's the same thing as 36 over 4. So it helps me add them all together. All right, so what do we get here on the right? Well, a negative 41 plus a positive 9 is a negative 32. A negative 32 plus 36 gives me a 4. So that's 4 over 4, which equals what? 1. So we get over here 1. What are going to be my values on the other side? Because I know I want my two sets of parentheses being square. Well, here for the x squared, we're going to get x plus, remember, we got a positive 3 over 2, so we have 3 over 2 squared, plus the quantity y minus 3 being squared. So my friends, what is going to be the center of our circle? Well, our center is going to end up being a negative 3 halves and a positive 3, because remember they come out the opposite. And our radius of square root of 1 is 1. So we get our center and our radius right here. So yeah, you have to do this process, but it doesn't mean it is impossible. All right, let's do one last problem together, and it's kind of funny, but it's problem number 29. And remember, standard form of a circle, you got to get your x squared plus a y squared, okay? So if your equation doesn't look like that, that's what you should do. But let's look at number 29. It is our last problem, one of our last problems on the homework. And this is your original problem. Again, they want you to sketch the circle. They say identified center and radius. Well, to sketch it, you need to know your center and radius anyway. So we get here x squared plus 8x plus y squared plus 2y plus 8 is equal to 0. So we know we're going to do completing the square. What are we going to do? We're going to subtract the 8 over. All right, so I get over here a negative 8. Then I'm going to group my x's and y's together. So I got 8x squared plus 8x, and I'm going to go plus blank over here, plus the quantity y squared plus 2y plus blank, and I'm going to go plus blank again. So with this, we take our middle term, 8, and we divide it by 2, right? So 8 over 2, positive 8 over 2 is 4, but we square, which is 16. We add that to both sides. Then we do the same thing with 2. Positive 2 divided by 2 gives me 1. 1 squared is 1. So we add 1 to both sides. So then we rewrite it into standard form for a circle. So inside the parentheses for x, we're going to have an x plus, remember we had a positive 4 here, 4 being squared. And remember, where are we getting these values is when I divide these terms, okay? And then I get a y plus 1, that quantity being squared. And negative 8 plus 16, that gives me a positive 8 plus 1, which is 9. So my center for this is going to be negative 4, negative 1. And my radius is going to be 3, right? So when I work with this, and again, guys, if I make any silly errors on my notes or anything like that, if you know what the error is, obviously you're like, Craigers, and I think you messed this up. Please go ahead and just make sure you know you're doing it right. I just don't have you next to me to catch my errors. And then my friends, we'd go up 3, we'd go down 3, right 3, left 3, and you would have your circle. So hopefully those are extra homework helps that will let you go a long ways. I think overall, hopefully you think it's an easy homework. Your goal should be to finish this homework assignment before Sunday night. And if you have any other problems you want me to do, please just put that in your submissions comment and I can help you with it.